I'm Jen.
And I'm Joe.
And we're Jen and Joe on the go.
With a special guest star.
This is Riley. Riley's back. It's her nap time.
We'll see if she'll actually make it through this entire video. When we tried this a couple of weeks ago, it was an epic fail. So we'll see.
What are you doing?
She's been good so far.
What you doing?
Sure, as soon as we start recording, she's going to start fussing.
Do you want to go to sleep? Here, let's see if she'll go to sleep nicely.
So, as you're doing that, Jen, what are we going to talk about this week?
Well, Joe, we have a whole bunch to talk about this week in our fireside chat. That's really not a fireside chat. That's really just chatting in Joe's office.
Yeah. We'll pretend there's a fire. We could put a fireplace on the TV.
We could,
One of those, fireplace things on the TV. But
that's a good idea.
Yeah, you can't see it.
No, but we could see it and we could enjoy the ambiance.
True. We can maybe have the sound effects in the background, the crackling wood, and it's starting to get chilly here, so not horribly.
It's so cold.
No, it wasn't too bad. We've had a couple mornings, but overall, this is mid-October and it's really not too horrible. But yeah, people are gonna start doing their fireplaces and. Yeah, anyway. So, all right.
Hi,
Riley. Hi. How are you? Yeah, she's going to go. She'll be asleep here in a minute or two. So we will just try our best to talk quietly so we don't disturb her.
So we don't startle her?
Yeah, exactly.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Anyway,
okay.
The big news this week has been baseball.
Yes. So, our team is out. It's been such a lackluster year.
Season.
No. This year was awful for the White Sox. But we have kind of sort of just fallen into adopting the Padres as our new team or our second team because Ashley's out there. And when I was out there with her just a couple weeks ago, we went to the game that weekend where the Sox played the Padres, the final weekend of the regular season, and just had so much fun. The park itself is great. The crowd, that's the big thing. The crowd, the Padre fans are really vocal and really energetic, but in a very positive way.
Oh, they are so fun to watch.
Oh my gosh. So this was just a regular game against the White Sox, and it was pretty intense. So we just last night, they beat the Dodgers. It was game 4. They ended up beating the Dodgers at home, so they're advancing to the National League pennant race or games against the Phillies.
It's so exciting. The games have been really good. And before the Padres played the Dodgers, it was the Houston Astros versus the Seattle Mariners.
Yeah.
And that game went into 18 innings.
It's 2 full games.
It was exhausting. It was so much fun to watch. Some people may disagree with that, but it was so fun to watch because you just didn't know when it was going to end.
I know. I mean, it was scoreless throughout 17 innings, and then top of the 18th, Jeremy Pena hit a home run. So it was 1-0. And from there, then bottom of the 18th, Seattle wasn't able to do anything. So Houston advanced to the American League Championship Series.
Houston's
American League. Because the Padres and the Phillies are the National League Championship Series. So the final game here is, or the final 2 teams, Cleveland and New York. And Cleveland ended up beating the Yankees last night. So that was surprising as well. So anyway, it'll either be Cleveland or the Yankees playing Houston. And then the Padres and the Phillies. So we're rooting for the Padres.
We are.
So that game, they were losing 2-0. Then top of the 7th, Dodgers scored again, so it was 3-0, but it was the bottom of the 7th where they just opened up and rallied.
And I missed it. I fell asleep. I just couldn't stay awake anymore.
No, neither could I. I was gone last night because the game started late because it's West Coast.
But we taped it, so we are going to watch from where I fell asleep.
Yeah, I watched it this morning before I went to work, and it was pretty fantastic. So congrats to the Padres and all of their fans, because you know what? If you guys saw that game and the excitement, the energy level of that stadium and the fans there, it's pretty amazing. And
I had picked the Padres when all the playoff games started. They are a wild card team. I did pick them to win it all.
All right, well, we'll see. They're definitely hot right now, for sure. And I'm jealous that Ashley got to go. Happy that she went, but very jealous that I wasn't able to go too. But that was very, very cool. So I'm actually really excited about the the baseball postseason this
So now
year.
we have to wait a couple days. They don't play again until Tuesday.
Yeah, they'll play the Phillies on Tuesday. They do have home field advantage, so the Phillies are flying out to San Diego for the first 2 games. So yeah, it'll be fun. And then we'll see what happens between Cleveland and the Yanks. So there's that. I know, Cleveland, I mean, it is what it is. That could have been the White Sox in that position, but whatever.
It very well could have been, but they just didn't play their finest this season.
No, they didn't. And unfortunately with the White Sox, I just read another article about Jose Abreu, the White Sox first baseman, and how he might not be coming back, and it's really disappointing.
Very disappointing. He's been on the team for what, 8 years?
9.
Wow.
Yeah. So anyway,
other news, Disney price increases. Big surprise.
Yeah, there's that.
We're just going to touch on it briefly. So Disney raised the price of Genie Plus.
Everything. Just say everything.
I mean, across the board, prices were raised, but the biggest one was Genie Plus. It actually hit its highest mark. Today's Sunday. It was either Friday or yesterday. It was $22 because they are going to do it based on attendance.
Mm-hmm.
$22. But here's my philosophy. At the end of the day, Disney is a business. They're going to keep raising the prices. That's just what you got to do to stay profitable. And if you don't like it, go somewhere else. That's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing.
I hate to say it, but obviously with the way things are going right now, inflation being what it is, things are going to go up. But all of this started before the inflation really took hold.
Right.
It's just been a constant thing with Chapek and just
and they've
raising
had
prices.
Their biggest quarters since COVID.
Well, the thing is that there's a whole supply and demand thing, and he has gone on record. He has actually said that if the demand is there, then they will raise prices accordingly. If the demand goes down, then perhaps maybe they'll lower the prices. He did say that.
I don't think they'll lower the prices, but they may bring back some better hotel and package discounts.
Possibly.
They're not going to bring...
They're going to lower prices,
Yeah,
but they might
they're-
offer more packages or more discounts.
Anything that they've raised food or beverage wise is not going to go down.
No, and the thing is that everything has gone up between the hotel prices, you've got the park prices, Genie Plus prices, food and drink prices, everything across the board, everything has gone up. We've looked at lists, and I mean, it might be 50 cents, it might be $1. Like soda is, I think, $1 more than it used to be. Water, $1 more than it used to be. Dole Whips, same thing, 50 cents, 75 cents. You might not think it's that big of a deal.
Character meals have seen a big increase in price.
Right. So all of these things, the nickel and diming you turns into quarters and dollars.
It just turns into corporate greed at the end of the day.
Yeah, well,
So anyway, that's where we're drawing the line. We're done with the parks for a while. We may venture out to Disney World next year for a resort only stay, but we're done with the parks for a little bit.
Yeah,
and we've said this many times. No big surprise.
Yeah. I mean, we'll go back to Florida to see family in St. Pete and Orlando and friends, but for the most part. And it's not just us. So, the people who we know that have gone to Disney regularly, routinely, multiple times a year for the last several years, all of them are saying, and just some of the other YouTubers we're watching that we don't personally know, but they're all saying the same thing. It leaves
They're pricing people out at this point.
Yeah.
And Disney shouldn't be that way. Disney should, everyone should be able to, go on a visit.
Well, here's the whole
so
thing.
Expensive.
Right, but here's the whole thing. If you add up what you spend at Disney and compare that to other vacation packages at different destinations, depending upon where you're going and what you're going to get, it might be slightly more expensive, not way crazy more expensive. But the other part of it, though, is what do you want for your vacation? Are you going to want to be active and busy and run around and do work in order to enjoy yourself? Or do you just want to relax? Do you want to sit by the pool?
I think that's like the big thing for me. I do not want to wake up early on vacation to book a lightning lane, to book a Genie Plus, to get a virtual queue, whatever the case is. I don't want to do that on vacation. So forget all the pricing. I just don't want to work on my vacation. Vacation is vacation. You're supposed to relax. And it's fine. We've enjoyed going to the parks, and we have done it in the past when we've done rope drop to close. But it's just not for us anymore. And I don't want to be on my phone for an entire vacation looking down at it. So that's why next year is going to be about so many new things.
Yeah. So I think, for us, because we've done it so much, that's part of the reason why we don't want to get up early and do these things. Some of the new stuff is great. I love Guardians of the Galaxy. That ride was fantastic. When we first did Rise of the Resistance, fantastic. So some of these new things have been a lot of fun. But everything else has been there, done that. And so for us to have to work to do that or get up early to book it, I'm done and I'm over it. So
it just makes me sad. But at the end of the day, Disney is a business, and that's, as long as the demand is there, they're going to keep.
That's ultimately it.
Right. They're going to keep raising the prices.
Right. And that's ultimately what it comes down to. So I think for us, like I said, because we've done this so much over the last several years, for many, many years, but so much more the last several few years. The last several. A couple, few, several. Definitely since COVID. We've gone so much in the last 2.5 years.
Yeah.
If you are still going, if you are planning to go, it does require quite a bit of work beforehand, because you need to set things up before you go. You need to do the research and know exactly what it is that you want to do when you're there. Because when you do get there, there's still work that you have to do. If you want to get up and book these rides, you have to do that. You have to get up early. If you want to try to go from point A to point B, you got to figure out how you're going to do it. If you rent a car and park there, they're going to charge you for parking. If you're going to take Uber, you got to figure out Uber. If you're going to take a bus, you got to figure out the bus. So there's work in just getting around. So there's quite a bit versus going to like an all-inclusive resort. And you go someplace and you park yourself by the pool and food and drinks are included. So depends on what you want.
I do want to say the biggest shock, and our good friend in TA, Ariane, told us that Monsieur Paul in the France Pavilion is reopening. It's a prefix menu. I believe you get, it's called the first course is a moosh. So you get like an appetizer course, but then you get an appetizer course. There's something before the appetizer course. I don't know what it's called. Then you get your entree, you get a cheese plate, and you get dessert. I can't remember if she said alcohol was included or not, but it's going to be like $140 a person. And if you have to cancel 72 hours before the reservation, or Disney is going to charge you, instead of the $10 per person cancellation fee, $100 per person cancellation fee, which I think is absolutely insane. Sometimes you might have a big dinner planned and you may overindulge yourself at food and wine or flower and garden.
If you're booking there, don't do that. You better make sure if you're going to book it, you're going.
I mean, that's just insanity to me.
I don't know. I guess it always comes down to this.
Let us know in the comments. Like, do you agree with that? Do you not agree with it?
Any company is not going to charge you unless you're willing to pay. So if people are paying this, that's what they're going to charge. That's like J-Pick himself said it. People keep coming, we'll charge. And we'll keep raising the prices.
To cancel a reservation, $100 cancellation fee per person? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I guess if you can afford to go there. I don't know.
I'm afraid that it'll be a trend that continues. That's what worries me. Like, will they start doing that to the higher end signature restaurants? Like, will that eventually happen at California Grill or Narcoossee's? Flying Fish, Gico, if you set a precedence.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yikes.
Well, we'll see. Like with everything else, I do enjoy going. This is the first time in all the years we've been together
that we don't have a reservation.
We don't have anything booked or planned to go back to Disney.
No.
First time.
I know.
Yeah. So.
Probably in over 18 years.
But that's, I should say, nothing planned to go to
And just
Walt
for the
Disney
record,
World in
she's
Orlando.
asleep.
Yes, I know. Yeah. She did open her eyes again because of your loud voice, but
She's gone.
she's gone. So cute. She's got a little pumpkin.
She has
Not
little,
pumpkin,
they're
but it's
little,
Halloween. It's
they're little black
kitty
cats
yeah.
under orange sweatpants and a black
It's
sweatshirt.
Maleficent Raven.
Oh,
in her
yeah.
pants. Yeah. It's very cute. I like her little...
This was not her original outfit today.
Oh, did she ruin something else?
Yeah, she had a blowout.
Oh, boy. Riley, that's 2 days in a row. What's wrong with you today?
I think it's been more than that.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I haven't been here, thank goodness. Anyway, so as I was saying, we don't have anything booked Walt Disney World in Orlando. However, as the cats are running around, we do actually have something Disney booked.
We did. Now, it's not until fall of next year.
So this is just going to be a little teaser, but
we did book a Disney cruise.
yeah, we did.
We're not going to give you any of the details because eventually we want to do a planning video.
Yeah.
I had no idea, but I will say if you are going to book a Disney cruise, I would suggest using a travel agent. And if you need one, I have a great one.
Gee, who would that be?
Send us a message either on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, or down below in the comments, and I'll see that you get her name. I think Ariane's stuff is. I think it's all linked in our description.
Yeah,
but she's great.
Description.
I've learned so much since we started this process. But yeah, we're not going to tell you anything else about it. But we are going to do a planning video, probably several planning videos as we get to do each step of the vacation planning process for a Disney cruise.
Several videos?
Yeah, there are certain dates where you have to do things and submit things and get things done.
Well, then kind of plan it out. You're the one who did all the research and planned everything and set everything up with Ariane to do. So,
but I'm really excited. This is something we've talked about, wanted to do for a long time, and since the parks are kind of been there, done that for us, this will be something new to try.
Yeah, just trying something different.
Yeah.
So yeah, put all the info together that you want. We'll kind of coordinate it, set it up, and plan out what we want to do for a video for it. That would be cool.
I know.
Okay. So yes, that was another big thing we did this week.
Yeah.
And then
there was one more thing we wanted to talk about, but now I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, it was last Sunday. So a week ago today, I ended up getting.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So I had to do my second booster for COVID and my flu shot. So I got a double banger, one in one arm, one in the other. And I was a little nervous about that because I'm thinking, wow, that's not one but two vaccine shots. They said it's fine to get them both. So I'm like, okay, well, we'll see. And for each vaccine that I've received, I always take the next day off of work because you just never know what type of symptoms you might have. A lot of the times you will feel feverish, achy, which tends to be what happens with me most of the time. So I take the next day off work just in case. I ended up doing that on Sunday, and I was fine the rest of the day Sunday. Monday morning, I was totally fine. About midday, lunchtime or so on Monday, and I started feeling a little tired. Started feeling a little achy, feverish, kind of, not feverish, but felt like my body was fighting something. So I said, you know what, I'm going to take a nap. I'll see you in a couple of hours.
And that's what he did.
And I did. And I felt fine afterwards. And that was it. That was totally it. Although I did kind of milk it a little bit. Like, oh.
That's because whenever Joe gets a vaccine, he's like, I'm
dying.
Sick. I think I have a fever.
I'm
like, you don't have a fever.
I feel so old. Yeah, but didn't you get your booster shot?
I did.
Your COVID booster shot too?
I got my second booster 2 days before you did.
Yeah, you got it on the Friday.
And I just had arm pain and the chills.
No, but you were like,
I was imitating you. I was doing it for a little bit of sympathy.
I see. Okay. Okay. So, the rest of it then I was fine. I mean, it just really depends. I got Pfizer again. I've been consistent with Pfizer all the way through. So I really haven't had any major issues or problems with it at all the whole time. And knock on wood.
I've had more vaccines in the last, 2 years? Year and a half? When did we start all this?
Well, I've had 4 between the 2 COVID and the 2 boosters. I've had, since 2020, 3 flus and 1 shingles.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Am I missing anything?
No.
Oh, and I got my Tdap. So I've
that's
had
right, you
9.
did.
I had that this year too. So I've had 9 different shots where I've voluntarily allowed people to put whatever in my body. And knock on wood, I have not been sick. I have not been sick with a cold or flu or fever or COVID. Nothing. I have not been sick at all.
That's good.
I mean,
So I'm sorry if this
besides
video is a little
sick of the
boring.
sorry state of the world, sick of my job, sick. No, I'm kidding. That's been good. It's been fine. I highly recommend staying up on the vax and doing what you got to do, because scientifically, I mean, I know that there are some outliers where some people might not feel so great. It affects some people in different ways, but that's like with anything and everything, whether you are eating or drinking or whatever it is that you're doing, everything just affects people differently. But for the most part, if you look at the statistics, the majority of people are better off with than without. So
That's true. So anyway, we're sorry if this is really boring.
No, it's just a little bit of life from this past week.
But we wanted to share what was going on this past week, what we've been doing.
Yeah. I mean, the rest of it has been fine. You know, it's been a good week. Nothing too crazy.
Did we finish our May videos yet?
No. Still working on May. And we'll eventually then get to September. But then I guess we can discuss some of what we're watching, which we have been so... It's so difficult to watch anything anymore.
Oh, yeah. So like a 30-minute show now takes us about 2.5 hours.
Pretty much, yes.
But we just started on season 2 of...
Only Murders in the Building.
I cannot get that title straight if my life
Murders in
depended
the
on it.
Apartment? What's it called?
It's so good.
So Steve
It's
Martin.
so funny.
It's on Hulu. Yeah, don't wake her up. Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Selena Gomez. Holy cow. I love this show. I love the three of them. Steve Martin and Martin Short, obviously, right? There's chemistry decades worth. But Selena goes right in with them and fits in perfectly. Holy cow.
Okay, so here's something for you. If you are watching season 2 and you've gotten to the part with the Vaseline and the rectum comment,
God.
let us
Jennifer.
know. Because Joe and I laughed so hard and had rewind it several times because it was so freaking funny.
It was
I'm just
so
going to leave
funny.
you with that.
Oh my God, there was that. But that was the same episode where, so Steve Martin's, I don't want to ruin anything, but Steve Martin was having a conversation with someone younger, like 18, 19 years old. And she was saying stuff that he just did not understand at all. So Selena Gomez comes in and he says to her, "Oh, I'm so glad that you're here. Can you go in and talk to Lucy? Because you're the only one who can understand her." And Selena Gomez's character Mabel says, "Why? Because I'm a girl?" He says, "No, because you're young. She's talking and it's like watching Squid Game without the subtitles
Oh,
on."
it was so funny.
And I can so relate. Seriously, it was so funny.
And then we just started, we've only watched one episode, but it's so disturbing
Going to
we
the
have to
opposite
pace
end.
it. We started watching Dahmer with Evan Peters.
Yeah, so that's on Netflix. That's been one of their higher
so
rated
disturbing.
programs. That, I mean, everyone's watching it. So we got
I
through one
remember,
episode. But
I remember when the story happened, and it just hit so close to home because we're outside of Chicago, and that happened in Milwaukee. Oh,
yeah, see, I mean, I remember when
Evan
it happened,
Peters
but
is so good. He's got his Jeffrey Dahmer's mannerisms down.
well, he's good in everything
he's
that he
just
does.
so
He's
good.
really good. I don't remember the details of all of what happened
I do.
with this. I mean, I remember when it happened, but I don't remember any of the details at all. So it'll be interesting. But Sebastian at work did show me they did this kind of sort of the same as the Freddie Mercury movie, the Queen movie, where they recreated Live Aid from 1985. And if you look at the real video clips of Live Aid and then look at the recreation that they did when Queen was playing, it's pretty much spot on. Wow. And so they did the same thing with this, with some of the court scenes, that the people testifying, how they acted, the mannerisms, they recreated that to a T. So you could actually find some of that stuff on YouTube where they do picture in picture. Speaking of, also, finished up with She-Hulk this week. They had the season finale. And the very beginning of that final episode did a whole parody on the opening credit scene of the Incredible Hulk TV show from the 70s with Bill Bixby
I saw
and
it,
Lou
and that
Ferrigno.
was very spot on.
Holy cow. That was, again, same thing. They go, shot for shot, scene for scene, as an opening to She-Hulk, and they did it with her changing the flat tire on the car and getting angry and hulking up, and just hysterical, just so funny.
And then we are all caught up on Handmaid's Tale, American Horror Stories, and House of
Dragon. House of the Dragon. Well, yeah, but but those are, one episode per week, so we kind of catching that whenever we can. Dragon we're watching Sunday nights.
That's tonight.
The rest of them we're just kind of trying to catch up. So, yeah, House of Dragon is tonight, for sure. I do like that show as well.
Look at how content she is.
Yeah. I'm jealous. Very, very jealous.
I wish I could fall asleep that easy.
Oh, I can.
I cannot.
Man.
But I just, I saw another vlogger today. I can't remember her name. It's Erin something. But she was talking about magnesium juice to help if you're having a hard time falling asleep or staying asleep. So I'm going to look into it.
Well, magnesium is one that they've said, like that magnesium, melatonin, and valerian root. Sometimes they'll have all three together in like a super formula. Magnesium is one. That if you're low on magnesium, it's harder to fall asleep. So yeah, that's part of it. Yeah.
So I'm going to try that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you are taking Ambien. Do you need anything else?
Well, no, I would stop the Ambien.
No, you're not. Who are you kidding? Are you really? Why are you lying to them right now?
I'm not. I'm just saying
no, you're not going to stop.
There's alternatives.
She's not going to stop. No, she's not going to stop.
What if I'm missing out and the magnesium juice works even better than the Ambien?
It probably won't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it probably won't. You're good. You're using what you're using. Do you feel loopy in the morning?
No.
Have you lost cognitive function? Memory loss?
No.
No? You're still okay?
I think so.
You're all right? Yeah, okay. Yeah. I haven't taken one in a week, I think.
And you're missing out.
Yeah, well, I've been sleeping okay this week. I'll take one probably Tuesday night.
She's so...
Got a plan when I'm taking my Ambien.
Heavy.
So, anyway, all right.
So wait, Riley update. She's 12 pounds,
oh, yeah.
3 ounces. She just got her shots last week. Her latest round of whatever babies get.
They're her vax, whatever.
So she's 5 months old, and Doc...
Well, she will be on the 27th.
Yeah. But Doc said that when she comes back for her December check, they can start introducing foods.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for that.
She's been sitting they have a high chair for her, so she's been sitting in the high chair when we have dinner. So she's at the table, and it was funny this week. She smiles a lot. Like especially when she looks at you, baby. She seems to be very happy. But so we're sitting at the table, and it was starting to get a little, not dark, but dim. And so Jen gets up to turn on the light, and the light that's over the kitchen table is kind of bright. So she's just sitting there right across from us. Jen turns on the light, comes back and sits down, and you see her bottom lip start coming out.
Well, first you saw her, like, she totally noticed that the light was turned on. Like, what was that?
And then her face changed, and then her lips started coming out, and she was this close to starting to cry. And we're all looking at her like, Riley, what's wrong? And I said, I think the light is bothering her eyes. So I turned off the light, and she was fine. She was totally fine.
And now, like, if you're eating something and you bring it to her mouth, she'll start opening her mouth like she wants to eat it.
Yeah. Like she does that with the pacifier.
Like she's showing interest in food. Yeah, if you put the pacifier in front of her, she'll bring her mouth to it so she can get it in her mouth.
Yeah. Yeah, so
like just watching her develop
that's what
and
I was gonna
hit her
say.
milestones, it's so freaking cool.
Yeah, it is. Because, I mean, you'll hear people say this all the time. Oh, it's different when you're a grandparent. It really is. Just because you can observe some of these things without feeling like the responsibility of raising the child. So
this
you miss
is so
out.
much more fun.
Well, I think part of it is that you're so concerned about, doing the right thing to raise the child. And so you're stressed out and you're not, maybe you don't notice as much as you could or should because you're focused on other things. We're just like, hey, let's just chill out, relax, let's spend some time. And if she starts to fuss, okay, go back to your mom.
Bye. See you later.
Matt, here you go. Take her. She's your kid. Enjoy.
So
change that poopy diaper.
We actually have her now because they're watching the Packers game and they ordered food. So they're like, hey, can you watch the baby so we can eat? Of course.
So at the meeting at work this week, one of the security guards is a Green Bay fan, Packers fan. So, the other guy was ribbing him a little bit. Yeah, you Bears, Packers, the whole whatever rivalry. So this guy Joe says, I got a joke for you. He says, why doesn't Springfield have a football team?
Why?
Because then Chicago would be jealous. Actually, I'm sorry, I screwed that up.
Because the Bears suck?
Because, I'm sorry, I screwed that up. Let's try that again.
Oh, no.
I know. I'll cut that part out. I probably won't. But, so, do you know why Springfield doesn't have a football team?
No, why?
Because then Chicago would want one too. So that's a little better.
Funnier.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
better.
That's good.
I screwed it up. Sorry. I'm not good at jokes. But I thought that one was kind of cute. So I sent that to Ashley today. She laughed.
That's very cute.
So.
All right. Well, hopefully we didn't bore you too much.
I'm bored.
Disney content will start up again on Monday or Wednesday. I'm sorry. We're just not. We aren't on a real consistent schedule these days with posting, and we have been trying to push out some shorts.
What are you pushing out?
Some shorts. Oh. Some YouTube shorts.
No, we've still been doing Wednesdays and Fridays for sure with Disney content. And then, yeah, we've been adding the shorts in during the week. But it's just, it's a little distracted here. Like, you know, we're a little busy with stuff going on all the time. So I'm still getting the videos out there.
But you know what? She's always going to come first.
Well, yes, I know, but I'm still pushing the videos out.
I know. But anyway, we do want to apologize if you're expecting a video at a certain time.
Or you're expecting good
because
videos.
We also have been posting sometimes at 9 o'clock in the morning, sometimes at 4 in the afternoon, sometimes at 5. Sometimes the shorts are going up at 7, 8, 9 o'clock. So we've been very inconsistent lately.
Yeah.
So make sure you hit that like and subscribe button so you get those notifications that we're going to post, because you just don't know anymore when things are going to go up or what's going to go up.
Doing our best. So
we're trying to get better.
Yeah,
it's just fine. It's been a crazy last couple months. I think since April, since we did the whole basement project.
There's just been a lot of negative stuff this year, a lot of stress this year. But really, it goes back on almost getting close to 3 years, where it's just been one thing after another for 3 years. January is when the leak started in the roof, and that's when everything started. So 3 years, just about. Yeah. So.
So anyway, keep tuning in, like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, because you don't want to miss any of the next Jen and Joe on the go action, because you could be missing this.
Yeah.
You didn't even know she was going to make an appearance today. We didn't even know she was going to make an appearance today.
And look at how good she's been. She totally cooperated.
I know. She's so perfect.
Well.
I was really hoping we could get her to smile, but
that's fine.
You never wake a sleeping baby, so that's what it is.
No, it's all good. Like, don't poke a bear. Don't wake a sleeping baby.
Don't poke a baby.
Don't poke a bear. I mean, don't wake a sleeping bear. Don't poke a baby.
No, we probably don't want to do that either.
Don't wake a sleeping bear, and don't put your head in the mouth of a lion.
No, I wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't do that either.
I wouldn't do that. Yeah. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Have you seen any of the videos where people put their heads in like a gator's mouth? Like the gator opens their mouth really wide and they stick their head in there?
Then you deserve to lose your head.
I've seen those videos. I mean, they've had the videos online, but it's, ridiculousness. There's that too.
Oh, God.
Anyone watch that? That show cracks me up.
It's the stupidest show that's on TV
It's funny. No, it's so good. Stupid. It's funny. It's better than the Kardashians.
Okay,
I'll give you that.
I don't watch the Kardashians.
Okay. Well.
Can't get behind that shit. Sorry. No.
The baby.
If she's asleep, it's a free zone.
Okay.
We're trying not to swear. But when she's asleep, it's a free zone. Okay. Or if she's not in the room, it's a free zone.
Subconsciously, she's going to understand those words at some point. Her first words will be shit or hell. Or worse than that, even.
I mean, it could be.
Yeah.
It could be. All right, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye,
Thank you, everyone. We'll talk to you next time. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.